डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Hello friends, my name is Dr. Neelkamal Gogna. Today I am going to have session for BBA Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. Today I will teach the subject Principles of Management, in which I will discuss block 1, that is nature and importance of management. So just have a glance over the learning objectives of this session, that we will just have a look on the concept and various definitions of management. We will also see that nature and process of management, and also we will study various functions under the domain of management. Also we will understand the importance of management. At last we will see some skills, roles of a manager. Just begin with this management concept. As we are watching at this picture, that here it is manpower, material, machinery, methods, money are written. But what exactly these things? It is some human and non-human resources which any organization possesses, and we all know that always these kind of resources are scarce for any organization. So management is the core function which integrates all these resources in best of their manner. So it unites or integrates all these resources so that best of outcome can be brought for the sake of organization. Now if we learn about few definitions of management, so according to Lawrence and Apley, it is accomplishment of results through the efforts of other people. Next, the definition by the Kuntz define, it is management is the art of getting things done through and with the people in formally organized groups. And at the last, the definition given by the Terry George, it is a process of planning, organizing, actuating and controlling to determine and accomplish the objectives by the use of people and resources. So in all three definitions, if we find the commonality, it is just you are managing things of the organization by the use of people and in order to accomplish organizational goals. So these two things are very critical while defining management, that it is the things done by getting things done by people in order to achieve organizational goals. Next come to one common definition which we all people know very well, that management is a process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling to accomplish organizational objectives through the coordinated use of human and material resources. So as I have defined in earlier slides, that in the concept of management, that management, it is a force which integrates human and non-human resources. So in this common definition, at the last you can see that achieving organizational goals through the coordinated use of human and material resources. Now we will have a look on management as a process. How management is a process? So it is defined as a social process, as integrating process, as a continuous process. So first, process is a series of activities in a unified manner to accomplish any task. If we say it is a social process, it means management takes helps of people. They interact with the people or employees in order to accomplish any task in the organization. It is integrated process. Integrated process means it take help of various tools, equipments, procedures and integrate in a manner that a fruitful outcome can be achieved. It is a continuous process. It means the management works on ongoing way. Management never stops in a way in the organization or in its work. It means it is a continuous process. Now Next topic is nature of management. How we will define the nature of management? Actually, management is very dynamic and complex term, which is due to the reason that first, it is totally related with the dealing with people, and as we know that dealing with people is very tough, as human itself having very versatile nature, very dynamic in the nature. So it is tough as we define the nature of management. The first point in this nature of management that it is goal oriented, continuous and all pervasive. Goal oriented, I have defined goal orientation of management in earlier slides, as each and every task of management is pointing towards accomplishing of organizational goals. It is continuous, as in just as a process. We have learned that it is ongoing process. Never we can stop in between. That you can say that it is not allowed to stop. As and when problem arises, you have to give the solution for that and move forward for your work. It is all pervasive. All pervasive means management is applied to all domain or all the institutions. You cannot say that in the organization it is prevailing. So it is all prevailed in the environment. Now next is management. It is integrates human, physical and financial resources. So human resources, people, physical resources, material, equipments, etc. Financial resources, money and finances. So it integrates all the resources in the best of their manner. Management is a group activity. So the nature of management is management prevails only when there are more people in number. When in organization we just look that there are many people in the organization, they work in coordinated manner. They work in team. They work as a teamwork. Next is principles are dynamic and relative in nature. So dynamic means the principles are very flexible. As the environment change outside, the principles also need to be changed in accordance to environment. It is said relative in nature. So relative in nature means in organization there are various kinds of people from different culture, from different socio-economic background. So in accordance to that, manager or management has to take a stand. That's why it is said that principles are dynamic and relative. It is this particular nature should not be confused with the management is universal. Although management is universal, but the principles, that is truth or facts about management, are dynamic in nature. Next to come, management is a science, art and profession. This is a very interesting topic to be discussed in the classroom. It is generally asked in question papers too, that define management as a science, art and professions. Now let me explain how it is a science, art and profession. Science is the body of knowledge which depend on scientific principles, methods. So in this way, management just take help of some basic scientific principles, or they collect some data from the market, analyze with some tools and techniques, then they just take a decision based on some fruitful output, which is just is the outcome of some scientific method. It is an art. So art is the skill to do any work. So when we say that management is the getting things done by others. So when you are getting things done by others, you require some skills, some art, so that people do work for you. So in the sense, this is art. Now it acts as a profession. So how it acts as a profession? See, the ownership and management, two things are different. So those who are in management, they require certain kinds of skills, and nowadays some people choose management as itself profession. So that's why you require different kind of skills to be part of a management. So it evolved out as a profession itself after the passage of time. Now, next is decision making. In the nature of management lies in decision making. How? Now come to it. So first, a manager see when any problem arises, he see that what alternatives are available to him. Out of these alternatives, he select the best which is useful for his organization. That's why decision making is to select the best appropriate alternative for the solution of any problem, which is generally done by managers who are at the top position. Not only top position, but middle and lower level managers also require a kind of decision making. Management is multidisciplinary. Management having its root from different disciplines. It has some roots from economics, or it imbibe the knowledge from the economics, sociology, psychology, statistics, accounts, etc. That's why it is called as multidisciplinary approach. Now come to the next point, that is management function. This is the next topic of our unit 1. Management functions. So these are the core functions of management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So functions generally are conducted to conduct activities in the organization in better manner. So how each function has their own different kind of role in the organizations, let's have a discussion on the same. First, planning. So planning is a systematic thinking and preparing in advance. So plan, when it comes into mind, what is plan? It is you are thinking something in advance, but planning from management context, it is stated as it is a systematic thinking and preparing in advance. Planning determine various course of action in context to organization. So what to do, when to do, all these kind of things, where to do also define under the systematic thinking and plan preparing in the advance. According to Kuntz, planning is deciding in advance what to do, when to do and how to do. Next topic of subtopic of planning title, that exactly when we do planning in better manner, it avoids confusions, uncertainties and also reduce wastage and avoid various risks. Also, it enable manager to do proper utilization of resources. So in this manner, if we say planning, it is thinking in advance for avoiding confusions, overlapping, reducing wastage and minimizing the risk, so that there could be the optimum utilization of resources can be done. Now move to next function, that is organizing. Organizing is arranging resources and activities in the planned manner. Planned manner, whatever we have planned, whatever we have taken on papers. So at this step, we have to arrange resources and activities according to our plan. So it brings together resources and develop productive relationship. It contains identification of activities, grouping of activities, assignment of duties, delegation of authority and creation of responsibilities, coordinating authority and responsibility relationship. It's mean in case in this particular function, activities are decided and they are grouped together so that it can be worked in a particular line as per your plan. And also in the same organizing function, there is delegation of authority. A person is given the authority that you are the authority to get these kind of work done in this particular department. And also in organizing, the coordinating authority and responsibility relationship means simultaneously if a person is given authority, so the responsibility comes to him. He has to take a balance of authority and responsibility simultaneously. Now come to the next point of the functions, that is staffing. So staffing means association of manpower to support an organization function. The aim of staffing is to assign right job for right people. Staffing involves recruitment, selection, placement, training and development, giving remunerations, performance appraisal, promotions and transfers. So under this particular function, all the HR related activities falls in. So it is the association of the manpower. Now come to the directing, this is directing function. So it is a continuous function for efficient and effective working, and it is also mentioned as a life spark of organization. How it is a life spark? Till now whatever we have studied, planning, organizing and staffing, all these things are the preparation for work, but actually this directing function brings people in the motion, as it is mentioned that life spark function brings motion in the action of people, while other function is just preparation for the work. Next is directing is the interpersonal aspect for setting goals. It means it is all about influencing, guiding, supervising, motivating subordinates. While any manager gives direction, he has to use some interpersonal skills at his level best, so that whatever they have planned and organized, it can be delivered in a better manner to their subordinates. It includes therefore communication, supervision, motivation, leadership. So communication is to giving some kind of information that what to do. So in this directions are given, just passing the information to employees. Supervision, so in directing function, supervision also involves, which means have a close watch on the work of employees. Motivation, motivation means encouraging constantly to your subordinates so that they can give their best in the work. Leadership, it is persuading to your employees so that even in your absence they can do their work well. So leadership work, although these things I have taken in very nutshell form, so in these things we will study in upcoming sessions in broader manner. Now come to the next function of management, that is controlling. So controlling is a goal oriented function. So always it is goal oriented function. What does it mean? Let's have a glance. It ensures that activities in an organization are performed as per the plans. So whenever controlling function comes, you have to see that whatever we have performed, whether it is in accordance to our plan or not. So its purpose of controlling is align activities as per the standards and predict deviation in the advance. So that controlling is very critical activity, or we can say it is very critical function in the organization, as it made a manager to come on the track before any untoward happen in the organization. So it is a function that brings back the management cycle back to the planning function. It's mean if any deviation happens due to any problem, and if the problem cannot be resolved, so at that time manager see that whether this problem can be resolved by a slight change in the planning process. So by this there is a management cycle back to the planning function. Now come to the importance of management. So first importance of management lies in effective utilization of resources. So this is, I have mentioned earlier too, that management is a, it is a force that unites the human and non-human resources. So human and non-human resources in effective manner. So in optimum manner, management helps to predict that what kind of money, what kind of resource people are required for any kind of activity. If it is not so, then most of money will go in when if effective management is not applied in the organization. Development of resources. So, management helps in developing people, helps in giving good quality of product in the society. It develops people through training and development, and also it gives good quality of product in the society through the quality measurement and enhancement its procedures and practices of the production. Not only this, there are various kind of things lies in the development of non-human resources. Fine. So, now next come to it incorporates innovation. As we all know that the outer environment of organization is very dynamic, it keeps on changing. So, it is the duty of management to incorporate all the innovation, all the technology changes happening in the outer environment. It integrates various interest groups. This particular point need to understand in a manner as the interest groups, this particular term explain various stakeholders of the organization. In organization, there are various stakeholders, like inner stakeholders are the employees and outer stakeholders are the suppliers, vendors, government organizations, etc. Exactly, it integrates interest of various groups. It assures government that we are abiding by laws. It assures customers that we are doing or we are following certain corporate social responsibility, we are doing certain social responsible work, and it also ensures employees that a proper training and development care is taking care of, and also a proper transfer and promotion and monetary benefit is given to them. So, management keep concern about all the interest of these kind of interest groups. Stability in the society. How it brings stability in the society? Management actually updates procedure and practices of the organization, which is the need of the hour. In that manner, it keeps society and practices on the same platform. Now, come to the next topic, difference between administration and management. Earlier we have discussed management concept and I have given you various definition of management too. So, in that the core idea of management is getting things done by others, or in another manner it is a process of planning, organizing, directing, staffing and controlling the activities of organization in order to achieve organizational goal. So, not to go the definitional part of management, rather I will focus upon the definition of administration. According to Theo Heyman, administration means overall determination of policies, setting of major objectives, identification of general purposes and laying down of broad programmers and projects. Another definition of administration given by Newman, which is administration means guidance, leadership, control of efforts of the group towards some common goals. Now, look at this picture. I have given bit definition. I will explain the definition later on. First, look at this picture that we are we can see that at the top level the administration part comes most, but at the middle level it is something less and at the lower level it is even less. In the similar manner, if we see that management column, in the management column you see that management part comes less to the top and sequentially it increased to lower level of management. What exactly it is? Just through the definition I will make you understand that the meaning of management is, it is art of getting things done through others while administration is formulation of broad objectives, plans and policies. So, it is formulation of broader objectives, plans and policies. Just here also we see that the top level management, as we all know, that formulate plan and policies. That's why the more administration power comes on the hand of top level of management. Nature of management is executive in nature, while the nature of administration is decision making, which lies on the part of top level management. As process basis, it decides who should do something and how he should do it, while administration, it decides what is to be done and when it is to be done. So, generally we can, it is very much clear just by watching this explanation in tabular form. Function basis, management is a doing function, while it is thinking function, which is lies on the, which is done by generally top level of management. Skills, management requires technical and human skills. So, technical skills are more required here, while administration required conceptual and human skills. So, here conceptual skills required more. Level, it applies to middle and lower level, while administration is the work of top level of function. Applicability, it is applicable to businesses, while administration is applicable to non-businesses also. Now, influence, management decisions are influenced by values, opinions, beliefs and decisions of manager himself, while administration is influenced by public opinion, government policies, religious organization, etc. The status, it is management constitutes employees who are paid remuneration, while in administration it represents owner who earn return on their own capital and they earn profit based on their dividend. So, till now we have discussed the nature of management, we have studied definitions of management. Next, I just explained you various functions of management, and at the last we discussed the difference between administration and management. We will cover the leftover portion of this unit in the next video session. Thank you.